Alright, guys, let's play story time. Um, this is, this is actually a true event. So basically, um, this occurred around 2015. Hold on, y'all can keep an eye on me. Yeah. So, it happened around 2015. Around that time, I was still a virgin. Few years out of high school, but still young enough to do stupid shit on impulse. So around this time, I was feeling this one girl. Now she was the sister of a boyfriend of one of my friends, and she showed me attention. That's how she caught. That's how she caught my eye. You know, we was all hanging out together, and they were getting to know me because our mutual friend just introduced me not that long ago at the time, and we were all hanging. We used to hang out at the pool a whole lot of times, actually. So the one of the times we were inside of the pool, this girl came to me and just, she just randomly kissed me, and she showed me attention. One of the first few girls to ever show me attention, ever in my life. So I was feeling her, but I thought of her one way when everybody else was trying to tell me she was actually this way. In my head, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna win her heart. She's the one for me. I'm gonna make sure that she falls in love with me. I would do anything. I would have done anything to impress her, and I did do anything to impress her. But at the time, I didn't know that she was for everybody. Because every now and then, she would be hot and cold with me. And when we're hot, we're holding hands, sometimes kissing, we're holding on each other and shit. And then other times she would avoid me or miss my calls and shit. So I never knew what I would get from her, but like I said, she was one of the first few girls to show me attention. So I went along with it for a while. So there was this one occasion during one of our pool sessions. I got out the pool, and my friends and her was still in the pool. I get out, and they can all see the crack of my ass because I was big at the time, enough to where my pants, my gym shorts would slide down. So, the crack of my ass was exposed. So, they were all grossed out by it. And, I was so embarrassed that, I made up in my mind. And I remember the time, too. It was at the end of July 2015. I'm like, yep, you know what? July 30th, this is the start of my weight loss. I ran in the park. I did everything for the next few months. The gym was my fucking home. I would run in the park. I would go for run-ins around the neighborhood. And eventually, over time, over the next 8 to 9 months. What happened? Yeah. Oh, shit. My bad.
This car is weird right there.
What's going on?
So, I came out.
So, like I said, I got to a point where I lost all the weight. Sorry for the interruption. My supervisor was informing me of the situation. But eventually, I lost all that weight. And, I got down from 267 to a good hot 205 to 210, around that range. I was skinny. I was skinny fit, Still a little fat around my love handles. And she gave me more attention, but I don't think it was because of my looks. I mean, I know I looked good, but I was still insecure about my looks. Um, but she showed me attention, and I took what I could get. I thought it was because I lost all the weight. At the time, I was drop dead gorgeous. I was a fucking 11 at the time, but I didn't know it. I was so insecure that I was chasing after a frog. When I could have literally got a 10 or better. Who was matching my level, but I didn't know that shit at the time. So she was able to play mind games with me, to which she did. I was always available and on the ready for her. And, like, I would patiently wait for her to give me kisses or, to, hold my hand. And, like, I was love struck. But, this girl she was for the streets, man. Like, before I lost all of the weight and I was in the process, around Halloween time, we had a little get-together at a friend's house. And she dropped dead, kissed a nigga in front of me. And, like, I got pissed off, but I shook it off. Like I said, I was young and stupid. And, like, yeah. And like, I sweated off, like, you know what? I'm going to use this anger for the gym and I'll be okay. And I still stuck it out with her. And it wasn't until it was her birthday, she told me what she wanted, some recipes to make this Chinese dish, and then a lot of alcohol. And that's what I did. I bought all of that shit. I even took her in my car because at the time, out of a whole
Unit 1 coming.
I was the only one who could drive at the time.
Are you in the house?
Hold on, give me a second.
Negative, I'm at the ED.
Well, yeah, I was the only one who could drive at the time out of my whole friend group. So we all packed up in my car and we drove down to Miami. And, we bought the recipes and everything. And, she asked me to pick up a friend. And in my head, on that day, I'm thinking, oh, shit, you know what?
She wanted to go to the emergency.
Yeah, she wanted me to pick up another female friend, right? So I pick her up, and she's like, okay, yeah, we're going to pick up my friend before we all drive off. I'm like, okay, cool. So we get to the destination where her friend lives. Tell me how it was a nigga. It was a nigga, bro. I'm like, damn, man. And she's talking about, oh, don't worry about it. He's my best friend from middle school. We go way back. And, like, that's how stupid I was. After we picked him up, our whole friend group is in the car, right? They're in the back seat, posing and taking pictures, getting all cuddled and shit. And I'm driving. I'm looking at this shit from the rear view mirror as I'm driving. And, like, she would, she knew how to play me. She would grab my hand every now and then and be like, I got eyes for you, baby. Or blow me kisses when I'm making eye contact with her through the rearview mirror. So, we get the ingredients, wop, and when we get to my friend's crib later on that evening, we get everything all set up, the alcohol, and, like, I admit the stupidity in my part. After we started drinking, after one cup of alcohol, I started to play it off like I was drunk. Mind you, it was my first time drinking. I was 20 at the time, going on 21, but it wasn't yet. So, I'm drinking and I'm like, fake it till you make it. And I was acting stupid. And while I was trying to, in my mind, I was stupid. I thought this would impress her, but it didn't, because old buddy, her best friend, got her distracted in the cut. So, every time I got distracted, watch TV or take a shower.
Rover 1, is that call still there?
Wait, hold on. Copy that. It's still reverse park, but I still got visual. Yeah, so...
Unit 1, you could cancel that.
Yeah, so, they're in the cut doing their own thing. So... they put on some music to, strip dance to, and she calls me, and I try to, mind you, I didn't have any rhythm. I lost all that weight, but I didn't have no rhythm. I couldn't have rhythm for shit. So, I look tacky. So, bro, brush me off to the side. He's like, hey, bro, hey, man, but you gotta do it like this. Started doing some Neo shit on her, and she got turned on. I can see her face. So I'm like, damn. So, later on, I'm watching TV, right? They chilling, sitting down, and, like, No, man, this was that hurt. Old buddy got up, grabbed her by the hand, and went to and went to one of the rooms, and they didn't come out for a while. I'm asking my other friends, hey man, what are they doing in that room? They're like, man, don't worry about it, man. Man, just keep your eyes on the TV. Like, bro, they had empathy for me. I could tell. They didn't want to let me know that my crush was fucking her best friend. And like, this bitch is disrespectful, dog. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, this female was disrespectful. Please be patient with me. I'm trying to, clean up my mouth and everything. So sorry for the foul language. But yeah, she was dusty, bro. Like, after that whole night, she avoided me because she didn't want to hurt me. She didn't want to hurt me. How she felt pity for me. So she avoided me thinking that was to help me, but, it ended up hurting me because I'm like, what the fuck is she avoiding me for? And like, that's when she told me, I avoided you because that night I slept with him. And I'm like, and I was stupid because I was using my anger in an unhealthy way. I would say everything is all right, build it up in the back of my mind, and wait until I would go to the gym to release it, because that would be my therapy, right? But so I let it go, bygones be bygones. Then it got around to my birthday, right? So I do the same thing for my birthday. I buy a hotel room, I get food, I get drinks, I set the whole thing up. My plan was to have a little get together with friends. Then when everybody go to sleep, me and Shorty can go to one of the other rooms that inside of the hotel, the room that I got, and we can get it on and cracking. So the day comes, and this girl got the nerve to Facebook message me, hey, can we bring that same friend again? I'm like, what? And like, I already put her up on game on how the night was gonna go. And like, she appeared that, she couldn't wait until that morning. She asked me to bring the same dude back. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you want me to bring this nigga back to drink up my liquor, eat my food, and talk to me crazy? And this girl got the nerve to be mad at me because I said it was my stuff, but I bought it. And like, she got upset. Oh, that's your stuff, huh? It's not our stuff. I'm like I said, I was stupid at the time. So I'm like, oh dang, man, I hurt her feelings, man. Dang. Probably I was a little rough with her. And I am sharing this with everybody, so it's not my stuff. And like, I told her, okay, that's cool, but I don't want Buddy to come. And she ended up having the whole hissy fit with me the whole night, which caused me to drink and act like an asshole, but that's a whole nother story. But, the lesson from this is, have some self-respect and pick up on cues. If I knew what I knew back then, I probably would have approached it differently than how I approached it back then. But, hey, man, that's just a part of the game.